Hey guys, this is Matt with Mountain Stream Teas, and today I am on a partner farm in Pinglin, and we're about to go walk into what would be considered a tea forest. So when we're talking about wild grown teas, then for me anyways, this is right up there. Now, this is not the highest elevation, this is not the deepest forest wild teas, but I'll tell you the story about it. And it sure is a beautiful, beautiful tea garden. But why don't we go for a walk in there and see what we can see. So we're back. I am now in the middle of this tea garden. Now it doesn't really look like it, and I'll admit I'm putting the angle in just the right way. I mean, there's a farming road right behind me over here. Over here about 200 meters away is where the tea processing plant is. I am not in the deep, deep mountains. This is Pinglin. This is about an hour's drive outside of Taipei. But I am standing in a tea garden. So this plant right here, obviously not this beautiful fern, but these plants that are around me are actually Camellia Formosensis wild planted teas planted from seed. Now, who planted them? Well, where I am right here, this is actually a monastery or nunnery. Anyways, it's a place of Buddhist worship. And they own a very, very large section of land up here. And they planted tea. Now, the story behind it was there was a founder, I think about 20 or 30 years ago, the founder of this particular sect. He really liked tea. He had some money, so he started up this. It has become a refuge. Refuge might be too strong a word. Lots of people come up here to visit. Lots of people sleep here. I think there's about 5 or 6 full-time monks and nuns that live here making tea. But what makes it so special is that they really do go full-on, no egg or chemicals. And not all of the tea is like what I'm standing in right now, but a big part of it is. Now, how you pick this tea, you go like this and you bring it down and you pick it. Now, I was actually here about a week and a half ago, and actually I helped pick this particular garden. So I came through here and I helped pick it. If you look on the Instagram feed, you can actually see a picture of that. But I left a couple. So here you can see this is some wild tea from the mountain. Now, not all of the Camellia Formosensis tea on this garden is grown in this way, but a lot of it is. And how these trees got here was basically about 20 or 30 years ago, they started planting trees in this area. And the ones that made it. The ones that didn't. But all around us here, surrounding us in all this area, there are a ton of wild grown Camellia Formosensis, indigenous to Taiwan tea plants. So when out here also, because all of these tea plants were planted by hand, they all have slightly different leaves. You can tell it's the Camellia Formosensis plants, the tea plants, because of the leaves like this. But you can see, even with these two trees side by side, there is a slight difference in the size of the leaves. This one's a little bit rounder, this one's longer and narrower. But for me, this really is like a dream tea garden. You know, I love coming here. I love putting my hands on these tea leaves. I like taking the fresh leaves and nibbling on them as I walk through the forests. This really is one of my favorite gardens. But why don't we go and check out another patch of Camellia Formosensis tea plants on this particular garden. All right, and we're back. So this garden right here, you can see is a little different than the one we were just at, but it's only about a 5-minute walk away. This garden, the tea trees, they're all Camellia Formosensis, they're all seed grown, but they're a little bit more manicured and buzzed back. Now the reason that is because this area, the yield, as you could imagine, is much, much higher than where we just were, sort of in that real wild forest area. So the trees are buzzed back, they're a little bit more well taken care of, they're a little bit more regularly spaced, so you can get a lot more spring picks out of these tea trees here. Now, the teas that are going to be on the site, they're going to be labeled as Northern Camellia Formosensis. Those teas are going to be a mix of pickings from gardens like the one we were at and gardens like this one, sort of mixed together, creating these beautiful, beautiful teas. So if you have any questions about this, please leave a comment below this video. You can also get in touch with us on Facebook, on Instagram, or you can visit the website and send us an email. If you like these videos and want to keep them coming, like, subscribe. You can always visit the website, buy some tea as well. That gives us some gas money to get out to these places and a little bit of dry powder to be able to buy these new crops and these spring teas. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next video.